Here's the second thing I want to tell you this morning from the church. And it's called No Half Apology. And I want to start out by reading Psalm 51, verse 7. Purge me with hyssop, and I shall be clean. Wash me, and I shall be whiter than snow. The words of David. Now, something that I've done in life, and I suspect you might have too, is to repent before God, and then you only go halfway toward full reconciliation. And here's what I mean by that. If you or I do something and you know it's wrong, it's deceitful, it's misguided in the eyes of God, in the eyes of the community, and then you admit it, but you come up with a workaround, well, but you want to keep enjoying that sin, at least part of it, maybe on the down low, then what you've done is you think you've deceived God or the community, but you've not deceived either. Everybody knows. Now, I've done some bookkeeping in life. I'm not a mathematician by any means, but I've done some bookkeeping, and here's what I found out of it. You can't reconcile accounts halfway. The numbers don't add up. In a week, in a month, you'll be further in debt, and things just don't match. Now, in the same way, a person can't bow before God to stop acting in sin and then rearrange his or her life so that some part of that sinful act can still exist. Because in a week, a month, a year, wherever it is, 10 years, you'll still have sin on the ledger and you'll still be drawing on all those accounts in your life, and things are going to come up short. For King David, it was the time he was spending in sin with the wife of Uriah, Bathsheba. And at that time, did his kingdom suffer? Yes. And Uriah suffered because he lied about it. So after the murder of Uriah, David and Bathsheba just couldn't go on living without reconciling before God, because they would have been living in festering unrepentance in that time. Recently in church, we read the story of King Saul's failure in 1 Samuel 15 to destroy the Amalekites. I was reading an author this week who argued that that passage is inconsistent, but it really isn't. When Saul lied to himself and to God about continuing to sin by only doing part of what God asked, the threat to the people of God festered until we saw their near destruction in the book of Esther. And that's another story for another time.